Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Wossy Radio. So today we need to take a look at the best Pokémon TCG products to buy right now. We do this every month or two, something along those lines, where we sit and we have a look at the best products that are around, either right now or in the future. And we're going to split it into various categories. And we're going to start off with the category we always start off with. What is best for collectors? If you want a cool Pokemon TCG collector's piece, if you're a serious collector and you want something cool for your collection, what do you go for? Super Premium Collection. Right now, the hottest product in the Pokemon TCG is the Prismatic Evolution Super Premium Collection. Now, I am well aware that this is not something that is super easy for everybody to get hold of. That is not lost on me, ladies and gentlemen. I understand this entirely. However, it is awesome. You get yourself your 15 packs of Prismatic Evolutions, a great set that everybody's just super into right now. And you get yourself a really nice playmat, which we love. And you get yourself a really nice set of sleeves, which we love. And you get yourself a plush Eevee deck box. Oh, and by the way, you also get yourself the Cake Eevee promo, just in case everything else wasn't good enough. It's like a $90 product just at retail. It ain't cheap. We're £90 in the UK at least. And it's not an easy one to find. A lot of, my local game store, Mad for Miniatures, they did a raffle where they got 12 of them and they sold it at retail. But they just had people enter by naming their favorite Pokemon on a Facebook post and then did a random selection of 12 winners to go and buy the product. It was a great way to do it. I know this is a hard product to get hold of, and that kind of is the point of a really cool collector's piece, but the fact of the matter is, if you want a cool Pokemon collection thing right now, this is the coolest thing you're going to find. Now, I have another suggestion, and I'll be honest with you, it's another kind of awkward one to get hold of. The Glory of Team Rocket attaché case, which is being released over in Japan. Again, this category is collectors. It is cool products for serious collectors who want something cool in their collection. This is not supposed to be your ordinary, everyday, run-of-the-mill products. That's the whole point of this segment. And it's just an attaché case and a box of Glory of Team Rocket. That's it. That's the product. But this attaché case is one of the coolest things you're going to find. It is weird and different and awesome, and it comes highly recommended from Wossy. Here's a picture of it open. Bear in mind all the other Rocket accessories, your deck boxes, etc. They don't come in it. They have to be bought separately, though there is space inside the case for all of this stuff. It is just one of the coolest things Pokemon have produced. Absolutely stunning. It's about £100, $100-ish over in Japan, somewhere in that region. Obviously, on the secondary market, it's going to be a lot more. They did just release it as a made-to-order thing, but obviously it's made-to-order if you can order on the Japanese Pokemon Center with a verified phone number, which I know isn't easy, but I think I've got a pre-order in. I hope I've got a pre-order in. Regardless of whether I have or not, again, if you're looking for something cool for collectors, this absolutely works very nicely indeed. So that's what I recommend for collectors. What about for kids? Well, there is actually one product which I've been seeing around for a little while now, which is proving quite cheap in a bunch of places. It is the Paldea Adventure Chest. Now, I do not know for how much longer this is going to be readily available and fairly cheap. Right now, it is readily available, and honestly, I'm rarely seeing it at retail. I'm generally seeing it about 20% or lower. And this is a product which is kind of cool generally, but it is really absolutely fantastic when you're talking about a present for kids. That is what really strikes me with this product. Firstly, you get yourself a bunch of packs, which is lovely. There's 6 packs in there. They're generally kind of Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolved, Obsidian Flames, year 1 of Scarlet and Violet. You then get yourself 3 kind of regular holos, your Tandemaus, your Pawmi, and your Pawmo. You get yourself EXs of Tandemaus, Pawmot, and Sprigatito. Worth pointing out, Sprigatito is an exclusive EX, which can only be found in here, which is kind of awesome. And then you get that Pikachu promo as well, which is a redonkulous promo. Yeah, huge fan. You even get yourself a little squishy Pikachu toy and some stickers and a mini album, and it all comes in a chest. It's a kind of product where if you're an older collector, you might look at this and be like, it's only 6 packs. There's a lot of extra stuff in there. But if you're looking for products for kids, this is actually kind of busted. If you're looking for nice cheap products for kids, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you, mini tins. Mini tins are brilliant. Obviously, right now, Paldea Evolved mini tins are very cool. That was a really nice set. And of course, if you can find them, 151 mini tins are amazing. I understand not everybody can. These are ones that were kind of around. I was seeing these a fair bit at Christmas time. Since Christmas, these are becoming borderline impossible to get hold of. So I'm raising this here as if you see them. I understand 151 have largely gone. And then Prismatic Evolutions. Again, I know these are not the easiest ones to find. I understand that. However, if you do find these around, these are extremely cool. But really, any mini tins are good. Any mini tins you find, couple of packs for $10. They're all very, very cool. Obviously, we got new ones coming around for Black Bolt and White Flare in the not too distant future, which again are going to be ones that people absolutely love because that set looks amazing. So mini tins are nice cheap presents for kids. Paldea Adventure Chest if you've got a slightly larger budget. Now, Learn to Play, I'm going to do nice and quickly because my opinion on this hasn't changed in a while. If you're learning to play the Pokemon trading card game, the Battle Academy remains undefeated. 3 decks that don't hit each other for weakness, that's very important or else it wouldn't be fun. It does come with exclusive EXs, they're not good, but they are exclusive. And it's basically the Pokemon trading card game reimagined as a board game. If you want to play the Pokemon TCG with a minimum amount of setup, expenditure, learning and all of that, buy this, play with the index, that's cool. And then, of course, if you want to expand beyond those decks, go and pick up any EX decks, and then you can basically add them on. They work basically as expansions to the Battle Academy. So Houndoom and Melmetal came out not that long ago, and these are just decks with an EX in, and it works beautifully. People love them. I cannot recommend these highly enough. These are awesome. What I often say to my friends, who many of whom have bought the Battle Academy on my recommendation, what I often say to them is, look, just buy EX decks. Which one do you buy? Have a look, see which ones are on sale. I looked the other night, it's a V deck, admittedly, not an EX deck, but I found out that the Melmetal V deck from Pokemon Go was like £5 on some random website the other day. So it can be V decks as well as EX decks. They work fine as well. Same kind of deal. And again, very highly recommended. Not sure how many Pokemon Go products you're going to find out there at the moment. But I'm telling you, I saw that Melmetal deck for a $5 a couple of days ago. So that might be one I'd recommend here. And the V decks do work just as well as the EX decks. It's the same kind of deal. If you want to learn to play competitively, then obviously the League Battle decks are amazing. And the most recent one of these is the Dragapult. And the Dragapult League Battle deck is absolutely phenomenal. You get yourself, 4 Dragapult EX and an Unfair Stamp A-Spec and a Fezandipity EX. You make a few changes to that deck, having a look at something like LimitlessTCG.com, and you found yourself a legit tournament level deck for like $30. It's absurd. It's one of the best products that's ever been released by any card game. The Charizard EX League Battle deck, also a good one. And one of the good decks around right now is actually Charizard Dragapult. So you can kind of mash these two together to make another deck. Gardevoir EX is the other League Battle deck I would recommend. Now, this was a pre-rotation deck. So, things like Lumineon and Radiant Greninja have rotated out. You've got the core of a Gardevoir deck, but because this was a pre-rotation deck, you are going to have to make more changes to make it into a viable deck. But the other one that I would recommend really highly right now is the Marnie Battle Rival deck. Because if we go by what's happening in Japan right now, Marnie is a legit deck. And this Marnie Rival Battle deck, firstly, it's got an exclusive Marnie's Morpeko illustration rare, which is cool. And secondly, it's a really good deck. And you get 2 Grimmsnarly X, you get a bunch of other Marnie cards. You'll have to make a few changes, admittedly, as you always do. But you've got the bones of a really good competitive Marnie deck in this rival deck. The other rival deck is Steven's. It's not good, don't worry about it. But this Marnie one is very, very good. There are a bunch of legit tournament level decks that you can buy pretty cheaply right now. I would recommend all of them highly. So let's finish off, as we always do here, with a Wossy pick. And I've got 2 products here that I'm going to suggest. Wossy picks are very much just what I think is cool. One of which is the Ionos Bellibolt. What's the actual phrasing of this? The Ionos Bellibolt EX Premium Collection. I think this is brilliant. Because you get yourself your packs and you get yourself your alternate art full art Bellibolt, and it is different to the full art Bellibolt in the set. But then you get yourself these little plastic figures to make a little diorama, which I think is just absolutely stunning. I adore this. I think this is brilliant. It's a weird kind of product. I don't know why Pokemon are making these now, but I don't really care. I think they're cool. And I think we should all be a bit excited about them. And along very similar lines, what's coming out in the not too distant future is the Cynthia's Garchomp EX Premium Collection. Same kind of product, alternate art, full art Garchomp. All of the acrylic standees to make a little diorama. I don't know why we've had 2 of these now, but I think they're cool. They also come with a Polaroid sticker if that's what you're into. And yeah, that's my Wossy pick. I think these products are awesome. So there we go. Those are the best Pokemon TCG products around right now, in my humble opinion. So now it's over to you guys. What products would you recommend for various people in the Pokemon TCG? Let me know in the comment section. Good us. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk about Pokemon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel like the lovely Dojo, who's been a supporter of ours for a while now and seems to be a very lovely person. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.